under Colorado Revised Statute 24-6-402, parentheses 4, parentheses B, legal advice. Board to conference with an attorney for the purpose of receiving legal advice on special matters. Also, Colorado Revised Statute 24-6-402, parentheses 4, parentheses 5, personnel, level 4 grievance. So I need a motion to move into an executive session at this time.
So moved. Second.
Okay, is there any discussion? Hearing none, can we have roll call, Monica, please?
Aye.
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 Okay, we will now move into executive session at 4:48. Call this meeting to order on June 27, 2017 at 7:04. Can we please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance and a moment of silence? I pledge allegiance to the flag
Of the United States of America
and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Can we have roll call, Monica, please?
Here.
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 I need a motion for the approval of the minutes on June 13, 2017.
So moved.
Second.
Is there any discussion? Hearing none, can we have a roll call, Monica?
Aye.
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 Need a motion to amend the agenda. Board recommendation 5.1, Board's recommended ratification of settlement agreement with former Adams City High School communication specialist.
So moved.
Second.
Is there any discussion? Hearing none, can we have roll call, Monica?
Aye.
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 Also need to amend the amendment on the removal of 3.5, Superintendent's recommendation, approval to enter into a tolling agreement with Rocky Mountain Insurance Risk Group, formerly known as the Adams County Boise's.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Wall, I just want to make sure we're clear. I believe if you want to have the tolling agreement, we have to vote on it on here, or
I thought we voted in, I thought we just said we did.
consensus?
I don't, do we have to, Monica, if we agreed to tolling in executive session, do we still have to vote?
Yeah, you would formally go.
Okay, then,
Okay.
never mind, remove that. Okay, moving on, I need a motion for the approval of the minutes
We did.
as amended,
The agenda. The agenda.
or the agenda, would I?
So moved.
Okay.
Second.
Is there any discussion? Hearing none, can we have roll call, Monica, please?
Aye.
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 Moving on to audience comments. Michael Sonograph.
We have permission to approach the dais.
Yes.
You related to Elaine? Went to school with her back in the day.
How you doing, Mike?
Good, you? Good to see you.
It's-
Yeah.
Thank you.
Good. I'm Michael Snodgrass. I'm band teacher at Kearney Middle School, and I also am the liaison with Thornton Community Band in the district. Last year, you approved a building usage rate for us that was excellent. We're able to help out the district by 6 Adams City High School students joined the band to rehearse and perform with us for free. They got a free scholarship to do that. Our band provided small group tutors 8 times last year, and our board chose to repair a school-owned saxophone for one of the Adams City High School band members. Right now, our agreement says we'll pay $25 an hour for the band room and $50 for the theater. We'd like to have the same agreement going into next year.
Okay. Okay, is there any discussion, anybody want?
I do. I want to say thank you for all you're doing in the district and helping the students, but everything is negotiable, and you asking for the same thing, and I'm asking, can we raise the students using, working out with the band?
Absolutely.
You
We're
said it
open
was
to-
6, I think we should be able to double it to 12.
I would love to do that. I opened it to all the high school students, and those are the only students that signed up for it. We're willing to take many more students than we had last year.
And
Absolutely.
how would you reach out to the students from band and whatnot?
Through the band teacher.
Right now, if I'm not mistaken, the band teacher, instructor, she retired. So right now, if I ain't mistaken, on the job career board, they are looking for a music band teacher as of today. So how would you look for a teacher now? I mean, how would you reach out to the students today now, since you know that information?
Once the teacher's hired, I'd be happy to meet with him or her.
But I believe you'll be trying to start your program prior to the teacher being hired, knowing the process to bring the teacher in this district would take more than just a week or two to come into this district. So I'm sure, again, I'm trying to figure out how would you reach out to those band students if we do not have a teacher present, because I'm sure they working, summer vacation,
Sure.
in that nature. So, like you said, you got 6, school is out, and you just came to the board knowing that you probably was gonna come to us prior to this. So once again, how would you reach out to the students?
Well, once again, I'd meet with the teacher at the beginning of the school year, and I'd be willing to appear in front of them as well and offer a scholarship to them.
Is it possible to put flyers out at the high school
Yes,
prior?
absolutely.
So those kids, word of mouth,
Sure, yes,
posters
right,
for the kids that are just coming in?
absolutely. We're willing to do that.
Okay, thank
Great.
you.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Next,
I'm sorry to be interrupt, but when can I find out about your decision? Will you vote on it later, or?
we'll have to vote. Well, I guess you can have a consensus.
I'm okay with it.
Yes,
I guess we're okay, so.
Great.
but I'd like to see the Board of Education with Dr. Abrego and HR, how you reaching out to the students so we can see
Sure.
how many students. And you only gave us beginning date August the 31st, 2017 to next July 4th.
Right.
Can you post the dates and stuff so we might want to come in and look and enjoy ourselves and see the music and see our students, please?
Absolutely. It will be on the community calendar.
Thank
So
you.
it'll be there for you to see. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Next individual, Cristo Sabu. I don't know. Did I mispronounce it? You can shoot me later.
That's okay. I just have a few questions about the high school. One is there a band teacher? And 2, is there a choir teacher? Because I was told that she resigned also. And the 2nd and the 3rd week of July, they have band camp. Is that gonna happen? I have a son at the high school that this is his senior year. This should be his most amazing year ever.
Mr. Snodgrass.
Okay, you want to answer to that?
Okay.
Julie Adams told me that she's gonna do band camp this year. So I can tell you that band camp is happening. As far as the rest,
Okay, when did she tell you that?
Within the last month, I would say.
Okay, because they have a Facebook page for the band members at the high school, and maybe that's one way you can get your thing.
Oh, yeah.
And it was put on there that she was refused to do it because she retired this last year. So, yes, she had every intention of doing it, but they won't let her do it because she's retired.
Gotcha.
Well, we'll have to look into that.
I can call the high school for you and try to get you the information.
Okay.
Okay, so I guess we're looking, it's been posted, and the sooner the better if we can hire one. Okay.
Is Dr. Brago gonna follow up with Ms. Zabel? How is that gonna work? Since it is to summon the next board meeting, if I'm not mistaken, we, every 2 weeks, or the superintendent or someone from his staff supposed to get back with the parent or whoever is talking, and the board is not having a board meeting in the next month. So is Dr. Brago or someone from your staff gonna contact Ms. Zabel and let her know about the band camp?
We can do that. And again, if you have any follow-up questions, you're more than welcome to come to the office. I'll try to get your response as quickly as possible, hopefully by tomorrow.
Okay,
Okay,
thank you.
thank you. There are no other audience comments, so moving on to consent items. I need a motion for personnel action I need a motion to approve the personnel items.
So moved.
Second.
Is there a discussion? Hearing none, could I have roll call, Monica, please?
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Moving on to business policy 1.1, superintendent's recommendation. I need a motion to accept policy BIBA and BIBA-R-revised, second reading adoption. Board member conference, conventions, and workshops and regulation expense auditing.
So moved.
Second. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, could I have roll call, Monica?
Aye.
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 Moving on to 1.2, superintendent's recommendation, policy BID/BIE/new, second reading adoption. Need a motion for school board member compensation and expenses insurance liability.
So moved.
Second.
Is there any discussion? Hearing none, could I have roll call, Monica?
Aye.
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 Moving on to 1.3, superintendent's recommendation. I need a motion for policy DJ and DJ-R-revised, second reading adoption. Purchasing, bidding policy, and regulation competitive bidding policy.
So moved.
Second.
Is there any discussion? Hearing none, could I have roll call, Monica?
Aye.
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 Moving on to 1.4, superintendent's recommendation. I need a motion for policy EJB/revised, second reading adoption, records retention.
So moved.
Second. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, could I have roll call, Monica?
Aye.
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 Okay, moving on to resolution. I guess it'll be yours, Mr. Archuleta.
Where are they?
It should be in the
Page 50.
page 850.
Resolution number 17-009, Board of Education, Adams County School District 14. Official notice of intent for the Adams 14 School District to participate in the coordinated election on November the 7th, 2017. The Board of Education of Adams 14 School District in the County of Adams State of Colorado shall conduct its regular biannual school election on November 7th, 2017, as provided by state law, and participate in the election coordinated by the county clerk and the recorder of Adams County. The Adams 14 School District shall contract with the county clerk and recorder of Adams County for the administration of the regular biannual school election and enter into an intergovernmental agreement with the Adams County for this purpose. The county clerk and recorder shall serve as the coordinated election official for the November 7, 2017 coordinated election. The Board of Education designates Monica Avina to serve as the school designated election official for the 2017 regular biennial school election. The school designated election official shall perform election duties on behalf of the Board of Education, including but not limited to accepting and verifying candidate packets, as well as rendering all interpretations and making the initial decision as to controversies or other matters arising in the conduct of the regular biennial school election, to the extent that each of these responsibilities is consistent with the intergovernmental agreement. A call for nominations for school directors to be elected at the regular biennial school election shall be published by the Adams 14 School District between August the 9th, 2017 and August the 24th, 2017. The Board of Education directs the school designated election official to forward this notice of intent to participate in the November 7th, 2017 to the coordinated election official by July the 28th, 2017, and deadline established by state law. Approve this 27th day of June, 2017.
Okay, can I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Is there a discussion? Hearing none, can we have roll call, Monica?
Aye.
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 Okay, you have another one, Tim, you're on page 51, 17-010.
Resolution number 17-010, Board of Education, Adams County School District 14. Before and after school license daycare fee increase in Adams 14. Whereas before the after-school licensed daycare will be offered as an enrichment program to our elementary school-age students during the months of August through May, programming as a fee-based program. And whereas Adams 14 students and families will be charged the following fee to participate in our before and after-school licensed daycare program: $30 before school care, $50 after school care, $75 before and after school care, $15 drop-in. And whereas the before and after school licensed daycare program will be offered from August 2017 through May 2018 at Alsop, Central, DuPont, Kemp, Monaco, Hanson, Rose Hill, and only be charged the fee during this time period. And whereas fees collected for before and after school licensed daycare will be deposited into a before and after school licensed daycare fund that will be used to fund our before and after school licensed daycare program. Therefore, be it resolved that the Board of Education of Adams County School District 14, Adams County, State of Colorado, does hereby charge before and after school licensed daycare program attendees a $30 before school care, $50 after school care, $75 before and after school care, $15 in drop-in fee in Adams 14. Adopted and approved this 27th day of June 2017.
Okay, need a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Second, is there any recommendations? Any discussion? Jeez. Hearing none, can I have roll call, Monica?
Aye.
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 Moving on to 3.0, other 3.1, superintendent's recommendation. I need a motion for per policy DJ approval for new camera purchases exceeding $10,000 from Provision Video Systems.
So moved.
Second.
Is there a discussion? Hearing none, can I have roll call, Monica?
Aye.
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 Moving on, 3.2, Superintendent's recommendation. I need a motion for the approval to prepare a request for proposal for the bond unwritten writing services.
So moved.
Second.
Is there any discussion? Hearing none, could we have roll call, please?
Mr. Achuleta?
Aye.
Mr. Dryling?
Aye.
Mrs. Quintana?
Aye.
Mr. Rolla?
Aye.
Aye.
Moving on to 3.3, Superintendent's recommendation. I need a motion for the approval of ultimate online data and assessment management tool.
So moved.
Second.
Is there discussion? Hearing none, could we have roll call?
Mr. Achuleta?
Aye.
Mr. Dryling?
Aye.
Aye.
Mr. Rolla?
Aye.
Aye.
Moving on to 3.4, Superintendent's recommendation. I need a motion for the approval of vendors per policy DJ.
So moved.
Second.
Is there discussion?
Yes. Eddie, could you please come up, Mr. Storz? Since you do send us the email as far as our accounts payable, the question to you is, I see these vendors. My question to you is, if the board approved the vendors, does that mean, do they have to submit a new contract? How did that work?
I think you're still gonna see your, regular approvals of contracts over 15,000. I think this is just those vendors where, it's the cumulative items that are sort of, ticking over one after another, to make that go over the 15,000. So we would get a new contract and you would see a new approval, for any, purchase still. This is just to have you guys approve those vendors, and I apologize for calling you, you guys. It's just to have you approve any vendors who are cumulatively ticking over that $15,000 limit. So all the regular procurement procedures are still gonna happen.
Okay. And my next question is, Dr. Brago and his team got here in August. I think some of this should have been broken down for them as far as education, what vendor that was used in the past when they came. Before they came, this is a year, from July 16 to July 17. So my thinking is, by Dr. Brago and his staff coming in August of last year, this should have been broken down saying these are the educational programs that the district passed in the previous administration. Because to me, this is just broke down number-wise, not far as individual-wise in categories.
I know we did present this same list last year in August. If you're asking for this list to
No.
be,
No, my question is, Dr. Brago and his staff wasn't here last year. Half of the staff. They wasn't here at the beginning of the 1st of July. Some of these vendors are educational vendors. I was saying that they should have been broken down to different categories so Dr. Brago and his staff knows who the educational staff were used in the past, who they can look and see if they want to use going forward. Because all this is, you just broke it down far as number-wise from top to bottom.
we can certainly provide that. I would say, the intent of this list wasn't to provide that information, but we're happy to provide that. We just had never received that request.
Right.
I think we were just trying to present this list in order to meet that board policy DJ. And actually, I didn't, I wasn't a part of preparing this list, but I think that's the intent of it.
Right. And the reason I asked you to come up is because each month you send us a copy of the P cards, and
Right.
and that's the reason why I'm asking you to, can you break this down a little more for Dr. Brago and his staff saying HR used this vendor for this section. Maintenance and operation for Mr. Thompson and Mr. Weber, this is what they use for this, because Mr. Thompson just came into this position. Far as Ms. Bogus, her staff as the chief officer, trying to figure out different remedies of not to, if they want to use this vendor, if not, I'll go with somebody else. So they have a clue of the past, and they can find out, was this a reputable vendor, instead of just giving us a bunch of numbers for them.
Oh, we're happy to provide that, yeah.
Thank you.
We'll put that together.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Eddie.
Okay, any further discussion? Hearing none, can we have roll call, Monica, please?
Mr. Archuleta?
Aye.
Mr. Gurley?
Aye.
Mrs. Quintana?
Aye.
Mr. Rolla?
Aye.
Mr. Thompson?
Aye.
Moving on to 3.5, superintendent's recommendation, any motion for the approval to enter into a tolling agreement with Rocky Mountain Insurance Risk Group, formerly known as the Adams County Boise's.
So moved.
Second.
Is there any discussion? Hearing none, could I have roll call, Monica, please?
Mr. Archuleta?
Aye.
Mr. Gurley?
Aye.
Mrs. Quintana?
Aye.
Mr. Rolla?
Aye.
Aye.
Moving on to 3.6, superintendent's recommendation. I need a motion for the approval to renew Infinity Campus Student Information System subscription.
So moved.
Second.
Is there any discussion? Hearing none, could I have roll call, please?
Aye.
Mr. Gurley?
Aye.
Mrs. Quintana?
Aye.
Mr. Rolla?
Aye.
Aye.
Moving on, 3.7, superintendent's recommendation. I need a motion for approval to contract with Be Mindful to provide professional development for the teachers and students at Adams City Middle School and Kearney Middle School in the area of social and emotional learning competencies.
So moved.
Is there a discussion? Hearing none, can I have roll call, Monica, please?
Mr. Archuleta?
Aye.
Mr. Gurley?
Aye.
Mrs. Quintana?
Aye.
Mr. Rolla?
Aye.
Aye.
Moving on, 3.8, superintendent's recommendation. I need a motion for the approval to contract with St. Vincent to provide educational and therapeutic intervention for students with significant emotional disabilities.
So moved.
Second.
Is there a discussion? Hearing none, could I have roll call, please?
Mr. Archuleta?
Aye.
Mr. Gurley?
Aye.
Mrs. Quintana?
Aye.
Mr. Rolla?
Aye.
Aye.
Moving on, 3.9, superintendent's recommendation. I need a motion for the approval to contract with Frontline Education Enrich to provide a platform for required educational plans such as READ plans, Section 504 plans, advanced learning plans, multiple tier system of support, etc.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion?
Yes. And what staff member?
Mr. Robert?
My question is 37,000 enough, because you're doing special education, gifted and talented, and READ Acts? Is that
Correct.
enough?
So, Enrich is a platform for plans. It is approved by the Colorado Department of Education, and the Colorado Department of Education already pays for the special education plans and for special education. And Gifted and Talented Department already pays for the Gifted and Talented plan. So all we are going to be purchasing is the platform for the rest of the plans that are required for the states. So that's the Frontline, that's their offer for the entire package for those plans.
And what's the total plan? Total?
Well, the total package is $37,000 because the rest of it is already covered by CDE. We don't know how much those costs are because that's already paid for by the Colorado Department of Education.
So it's the CD that haven't sent no money, or you just
No,
assume?
no, no. CDE pays the company directly, and then that's provided to all school districts in the state for free.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And the nice benefit to this is because there are so many educational plans, and we have 5 different platforms. Here's an opportunity to bring them all on one platform, making it much easier for teachers to be able to navigate between the different plans. And it can be very difficult for a student who might be in special ed, but they're twice exceptional because they're also gifted, and they have to have a 504 plan because they're in a wheelchair this week, and they have to have a read plan because they're deficient in reading. It's much easier if it's all in one place, much easier to be able to navigate back and forth.
So it's like beyond textbooks?
No, Beyond Textbooks is a systems and structures for curriculum instruction. This is just a required plan. So if you have one of these situations, say you are behind in reading, you simply have to have a plan that says, what are you going to do as a district to get you up in reading? Or if you are gifted and talented, you're required by federal law to have an advanced learning plan to ensure that you are supporting that student in their gifted area that's going to continue to grow. But those are not tied to curriculum specifically. That's just an individualized plan for those students.
Thank you.
Any other discussion? Hearing none, could I have roll call, Monica, please?
Mr. Achuleta?
Aye.
Mr. Dryling?
Aye.
Aye.
Mr. Rolla?
Aye.
Aye.
Moving on to 3.10, Superintendent's recommendation. I need a motion for the approval to use appropriate reserves to purchase additional math in focus resources, including professional development.
So moved.
Second.
Is there any discussion? Hearing none, could we have roll call, Monica?
Mr. Achuleta?
Aye.
Mr. Dryling?
Aye.
Aye.
Mr. Rolla?
Aye.
Aye.
Moving on to 3.11, Superintendent's recommendation. I need a motion for the approval to contract with Onward Education to conduct diagnostic review at Adams City Middle School and Kearney Middle School.
So moved.
Second.
Is there discussion? Hearing none, could we have roll call, Monica, please?
Mr. Achuleta?
Aye.
Aye.
Mr. Quintana?
Aye.
Mr. Rolla?
Aye.
Aye.
Moving on to 3.12, Superintendent's recommendation. I need a motion for the approval for district to use funds for food, beverages for the all-employee back-to-school rally on August 8th.
So moved.
Second.
Is there discussion?
I just have one question. Is 3,000 going to be enough to cover the entire day of the event?
I think so.
That's what I was wondering. 'Cause
It's not for the entire day, Dr.
Or the
It's-
event, the event?
I believe all we're gonna do is we're doing coffee and donuts before they start. So that's what it is.
Any other discussion?
no bagels.
No,
No juice?
whatever we're gonna purchase, but, before we move on to Mr. Rolla, maybe I wasn't listening, but did we forget one? I think we may have skipped one.
No, I've been,
Didn't hear the, math recommendation?
Yeah, we did it.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
we
sorry.
did.
You're going pretty quick then. Sorry.
I know, we're past your time, so hang
We're-
in there,
we're
we'll
doing-
get it
we're-
done.
We're,
All right, can we have roll call, Monica?
I got a question.
Oh, you did?
I got a question. For the $3,000 purchase of these, are this gonna be bought in Commerce City locally? Are we gonna spend the money in Commerce City?
Yes, I mean, that's what we try to do, and the rally will be held here at the high school, though we did it in January, pretty much. Following the same format.
Right, but is the
Whoever we purchase from, usually it's
Yeah,
somebody from within.
Commerce City? Thank you.
Okay, any other discussion? Can we have roll call, Monica?
Mr. Achuleta?
Aye.
Mr. Dryling?
Aye.
Mrs. Quintana?
aye.
Mr. Rolla?
Aye.
Aye.
Moving on, 3.13, Superintendent's recommendation. I need a motion for the approval of la carte pricing for student meals.
So moved.
Second?
Is there any discussion? Hearing none, can we have roll call, Monica?
Mr. Achuleta?
Aye.
Mr. Dryling?
Aye.
Mrs. Quintana?
Aye.
Mr. Rolla?
Aye.
Mr. Thompson?
Aye.
Okay, moving on, 3.14, Superintendent's recommendation. I need a motion for the amendment to previous board approval to purchasing curriculum from Sensage, National Geographic, Halton, Meffin,
Houghton Mifflin.
Hootnif, whatever, Pearson, Tatter cover and Santella Anna for secondary schools to meet the needs of emerging bilingual students.
So moved.
Second.
Is there a discussion? Hearing none, could I have roll call, Monica?
Mr. Achuleta?
Aye.
Mr. Greiling?
Aye.
Mrs. Quintana?
Aye.
Mr. Rolla?
Aye.
Aye.
Moving on to 3.15, Superintendent's Recommendation. Any motion for the approval of third-year contract with Literacy Squared for professional service for elementary school teachers to meet the needs of our emerging bilingual students.
So moved.
Second.
Is there a discussion? Hearing none, could I have roll call, Monica?
Mr. Achuleta?
Aye.
Mr. Greiling?
Aye.
Mrs. Quintana?
Aye.
Mr. Rolla?
Aye.
Mr. Thomas?
Aye.
Moving on to 3.16, Superintendent's Recommendation. I need a motion for the approval to purchase EdSkills LLC to meet the academics and linguistics needs of K-12 emergency bilingual students.
So moved.
Second.
Is there any discussion? Hearing none, could I have roll call, please?
Mr. Achuleta?
Aye.
Mr. Greiling?
Aye.
Mrs. Quintana?
Aye.
Mr. Rolla?
Aye.
Aye.
Moving on to 3.17, Superintendent's Recommendation. I need a motion for the approval to purchase door hardware from All Security Lock.
So moved.
Second.
Is there a discussion?
Yes. Mr. Weber? The amount that's requested, sir, does this cover all of our schools in the district?
Not the high school. That's the only building that is not needed to be updated for the compliance.
Do we have a mandate on this, that we have to get this done
There is a mandate to be done in 2018,
by the end of this fiscal year or
Yeah.
school year, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
close to it. We got to at least prove that we're making steps towards getting it completed.
And I assume you got a bid for 95,000? That's where this number came from?
That's correct. That bid is just strictly for the hardware itself. That's not labor. That's just for the materials that's being done in-house by our employees.
So your crew, on top of everything else, will be doing this as well?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, could I have roll call, please?
Mr. Achuleta?
Aye.
Mr. Greiling?
Aye.
Mrs. Quintana?
Aye.
Mr. Rolla?
Aye.
Aye.
Moving on to 4.0, discussion, 4.1, purchasing cards. Mr. Thomas, that was your request.
Right here. Mr. Storz, could you please come up again, please? The board was provided a list of district employees with P cards. And once again, since I know you have been sending us every month the list of P cards that's been used in the district, my question to you is should two people in each building, say for instance, you take a school, we just take a random school, Central, since it's the closest. Two people in that school district, in that one building, do you think they both need procurement cards or just one? What would be your recommendation?
I think it would be efficient to have two people have cards. I think it's a quick and fairly secure way to make a purchase that's a small dollar item. I think having that flexibility for staff saves them time in addition to saving the finance team's time. There's calculations out there about you can put a dollar amount on the number of transactions you move from a check to a P card. And I know that there are risks associated with using a P card and having too many P cards out there. But there's also a cost to just eliminating P cards or eliminating them too much. And what I would favor is trying to have strong controls over P cards to make sure we're only spending it on using our P cards for purchases that are appropriate and that those purchases are properly approved and properly documented.
I'm gonna take the word you just said, stronger control. What you mean by that, please?
I'm sorry if I said stronger, I just mean strong. So basically my answer to your question though is I think that having 2 cards would be, the way to go.
And we have certain operations and maintenance, they have close to 10 cards, 8 to 10 cards. You think that's too many?
I think I would want to look at each department, each school individually. 8 to 10 cards sounds like a lot. I would want to look at each situation individually.
Okay, and what about lowering the limit? Do you think if a principal has, principals has $5,000 limits, and the secretary has $5,000 limit, do you think that's appropriate?
I think that the board policy requires that over $2,500, we have approval by the CFO of purchases, so that seems a bit high. There is this note that Sandy's handing me here is that there's a type of card out there called a declining balance card, which,
So they're charged to a certain dollar amount, and they work their way to zero. And when they get to zero, they no longer have the ability to use their card. So it's not like a credit card where it re-amps itself, whether it's $2,500 threshold or $5,000 like a credit card you might have. Personally, many of them are declining. There are a few that are traditional revolving type cards where they have a monthly limit, and some of the controls that we have is they're limited by their commodities. So it depends on it's called an MCI code that the vendor uses. If it's a drugstore or cash for liquor, those types of things aren't allowed, and their cards will be declined if they go to use those. They have daily minimum and monthly maximums that are set for each of those cards, whether it's a revolving or declining, that helps keep them within the board's policy, so that those controls are in place, so that they can use those cards. But I think Eddie's right. I think every department has different needs. A lot of times the decisions are made by the department leaders with what those needs are and who gets those cards. So facilities, for example, they have declining balance cards. They're usually with an individual that's representing an individual trade, whether it's plumbing, electrical, HVAC, and their needs are different, and they use those cards throughout the year. So we've set those up where they run from July through June, and they reset starting July 1st. And that's some of those controls we've implemented over the last 3 years with purchasing cards.
Mr. Storz, how many, when a person, say, leaves the district, when is their card cut off?
As soon as we know, yeah. We can shut it off on our end before we have the card back, so that, that card that's out there, it doesn't matter. It won't work as soon as we hear that person's terminated. We go in and shut off the card.
Because in personnel, we sometimes, as a board, see that a person say they get a resignation, and it might be the 24th of May, but then the card don't get shut off to a certain period of time, because I didn't see, as you send us the P cards monthly, as I look at my weekly updates, my Friday updates, or my packet, I see individuals that left the district and their P cards is still on that list.
There's a delay between, and there's 2 different dates listed on there, like a posted date and a transaction date. So if you're seeing, what it sounds like you may be saying is you're seeing purchases that you think are occurring for people who are terminated. And in those instances, what I would want to do is go back and look at, was that a transaction that occurred when that person was still here but posted after they were terminated? But I would also say, without knowing the specifics of the transaction you're talking about, is I would want to, look at that notification process for how does finance find out when someone is terminated? Because if we need to make that process happen faster, there could be an instance where we haven't been told yet that that person's been terminated, and they are out making a purchase on their card, but I'm not aware of that.
Right, I understand, so I feel...
The internal control to that is their supervisors are still signing off and approving their transactions. So there is the example where somebody may give notice to the district, say it's April 1st, but they're not leaving till May 24th. You know, depending on the circumstances, usually the only people that have P cards are principals, leaders, department leaders. You know, unless they've had some type of a violation of the use of the P card, we wouldn't necessarily turn that off and stop them from doing the business that they would normally do as they finish out their assignment. But I'm not aware of anybody that's left the organization and transactions happened after they've left. It's one of the requirements that we have. But if you have some data, we'd love to have that.
That's all the questions I have.
Any others? Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, moving on to communications. Just want to make sure, I want to remind everyone that we do not hold regular meetings during the month of July. I wish all of the board members a restful break during the month of July, so please don't call me. So, but no, I'm always there. I'll always be there. So that we'll have that, so I hope not only the board, but also the staff wish you a good summer and,
The amended.
what's that?
We need to do the amended agenda.
Oh, okay, I'll get to that.
5.1.
I thought we did that. Okay. There's a need to amend the agenda, item 5 point, audio. We did that.
Agenda's been amended.
Yeah.
We need to act on
Amended item 5.1.
I didn't act on it?
ratification
No.
of that, no.
Okay, 5.1, I need to motion for the ratification of settlement agreement with former Adams City High School communications specialists.
So moved.
Second.
Is there any discussion? Hearing none, could I have roll call, Monica, please?
Mr. Achuleta?
Aye.
Mr. Dryden?
Aye.
Mrs. Quintana?
Aye.
Mr. Rolla?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, then now, also remember, board members, on July 30th, we have a board retreat, which will be from 1 o'clock to 5 p.m. at the ESS before the joint dinner meeting with Commerce City Council members at 6 o'clock p.m. at the Civic Center. Reminder, board members have till the end of June to submit topics requested to Mr. Archuleta. So if you have anything that you want to discuss at that retreat, please.
It's the 31st.
31st? Okay, 31st. So, on that. So just turning whatever we need to talk about. Also remember, the golf tournament on July 28th with the Rotary, so if you're interested, please let Monica know. Is there any communication by anyone else?
I just want to say thank you to all the board members, Ms. Quintana and Mr. Rolla, because we did have a celebration, and we wanted to thank all the parents, our staff members, and our students that helped us go to the state board and get our plan approved. So it was a very nice celebration we had here. We just had a nice luncheon with them, and again, it was just a token of appreciation for helping us get our plan approved. So very nice item.
Anybody else? Go ahead.
We had a consensus in the room that the board would like, by position, responsibilities and duties of everyone up here at the ESS building. Is that correct?
The job descriptions.
Yeah, job descriptions. Do we want it by what date?
Well, when we come
2
back
months?
in August,
By the time we
because
come
by
back
that
to
time you
August.
should have your new staff
All the
put together,
positions,
right? Okay. Our first meeting in August. Anybody else have any communication?
Have a good summer.
Yep, just have a good summer.
I'll be over here watching y'all.
Okay, I need a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, is there any discussion? Okay, we are adjourned at 7:52. Can we have roll call, Monica, please?
Mr. Achuleta?
Aye.
Mr. Dryden?
Aye.
Quintana?
Aye.
Mr. Rolla?
Aye.